Good morning, students. We are here again to look at another topic. But before we look at the topic, the last video we had was on similar triangles. Now on similar triangles, we looked at the fact that two triangles are similar if the corresponding angles are the same. We also looked at how you would find the scale factor K. We also looked at how you would find the area of one triangle given the area of the other one. Right. Today we are going to be looking at congruent triangles. Now, from what we have on the board, it says that two triangles are said to be congruent if they are the same size and same size and same shape, and also that the corresponding angles and the corresponding sides must also be equal. Right? So that's what congruent triangles are. The corresponding sides must be equal, the corresponding angles must be equal, the sides must be equal, and the shape must be the same. Okay, on the board here we have two triangles, triangles A, B, C, and triangle X, Y, and Z. Now let's look at what happens here. From the two triangles you can observe that the corresponding angles are equal and the corresponding sides are also equal. So let's look at down here. From the triangles we see that side AB is equal to side XY. Also AC is equal to XZ. And side BC is equal to side YZ. Okay. Also, angle A is equal to angle X, angle B is equal to angle Y, and angle C is equal to angle Z. It's all said there. Now once you have the 6 elements of one triangle equal to the corresponding six elements of the other triangle, 6 because we have 1, 2, 3 angles and 1, 2, 3 sides. Corresponding sides and angles are equal. So once these 6 elements are in place, it therefore means that the two triangles are congruent. And this is how we write congruency. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle XYZ. And that's what the sign up here means. The 3 lines means that it is congruent to. Okay. Let's look at how we prove them if they are congruent. To prove that two triangles are congruent, we don't have to use all 6 elements. Right? Here is how we can prove them. There are 4 different ways we can prove congruency. The first one, if we are given 3 sides of one triangle, which are equal to the corresponding 3 sides of the other triangle. So let's look at the one we have here. We have triangle ABC, and we have triangle XYZ. Notice that triangle side AB is equal to XY. We have 1 stroke. BC is equal to YZ. They have 2 strokes. And AC is equal to XZ. 3 strokes. So the corresponding sides are equal. Now, since the corresponding sides are equal, it means therefore that these 2 triangles are congruent. How do we write it? We write S, 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 which means side, side, side. All 3 corresponding sides are equal. That's what this means. So when you have proven that all 3 corresponding sides are equal, then this is how you would write it. S, S, S. And then you would write that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle XYZ. So that is how you would do it. Now the second proof here is that if you are given 2 sides and an included angle of one triangle, and they are equal to the corresponding 2 sides and included angle of the other triangle, then they are also congruent. Alright, what do we mean by included angle? The angle must fall between the 2 sides. So here is the example up here. Alright? So here we have triangle ABC and triangle XYZ. Notice that AB corresponds with XY and they are equal. BC corresponds with YZ and they are also equal. And then the angle B is equal equal to angle y. And so because we have two sides and the angle between, it is now SAS, which means side, angle, side. And then we will say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle XYZ. Alright, so that's the second proof. The third one now is where we are given two angles on a side of one triangle, and they must be equal to the corresponding two angles on the side of the other triangle. Alright, so here we have one angle here corresponding with this one. The other angle over here, C, corresponds with Z, and the side AC corresponds with XZ. Or we can have it the other way. You can have the two angles, but the side can be different as long as they are corresponding and equal. The same thing goes for C. Two angles, corresponding angles are equal, and the side is equal. They are equal to each other. So it doesn't matter where the sides are as long as you have two angles and a side. And this is what you call AAS, angle, angle, side. And after we're finished with that, we write that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle XYZ. And then the final one now, the fourth one. Now the fourth one has to do with right angle triangles. Right? Now both triangles are right angles. You know, for right angle triangle they have the right angle, they also have the longest side, which is the hypotenuse side, and we can also have another side. So once we have the right angle, the hypotenuse side equal, and the other, any other side, whether this one or this one are equal, then we have these two triangles congruent, and we will call that RHS, which means right angle, hypotenuse, and any other side. That's what it means. So here we have triangle A, B, C, and triangle X, Y, Z. So we find that side BC is equal to side YZ. We also find that angle B is equal to angle Y. Both of them are right angles. And also that the hypotenuse sides, AC and XZ, are also equal. Therefore, they are congruent because we have the right angle, which is correspondingly equal. We have the hypotenuse sides, they are correspondingly equal. And we also have the other side, BC and YZ. So we say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle XYZ. Alright, so let's recap. It's a mouthful, yes, but let's go back again. Remember, for two triangles to be congruent, they must be of the same size and the same shape, and the corresponding angles and corresponding sides must also be equal. Whereas similar triangles, the two triangles are different sizes, the congruent triangles, they must be the same size, same angle for them to be congruent. Okay, so we said that for the two triangles, they have 6 elements each, and they must be corresponding to each other for them to be congruent. So we looked at triangle ABC, triangle XYZ. So we have the 3 corresponding sides are equal and the 3 corresponding angles are equal. That makes up the 6 elements, and we already have them on the board. Then we also said that to prove that two triangles are congruent, we don't have to use all 6 elements. So there are 4 different ways we can prove them. One, you can have 3 sides, three sides of one triangle equal to the corresponding 3 sides of the other one, and that would be SSS. We also have where you are given 2 corresponding sides and a corresponding angle, and that is side, angle, side, and that would make it congruent. We also have where you are given 2 angles on any side. You notice on the diagram that you have there, the sides can be anywhere, but you must have 2 angles on a side, and that is angle, angle, side. So once you have proven that, that is how you would write it. And the last one would be the right angle triangle. We know for every right angle triangle, there is a right angle, so the right angles are correspondingly equal. There's also an hypotenuse side. The hypotenuse sides are also correspondingly equal. And any other the short sides can be a part of it. And so we'll have RHS, which means the right angle are equal, the hypotenuse sides are equal, and one of the other short sides are also equal. And those are the 4 ways which we can prove that 2 triangles are congruent. Right? So there are 4 different ways. I hope you understand. We are going to be looking at 2 examples of how we prove congruent triangles.